Hello everyone, so today I kind of want to talk about something that I wish I didn't have to talk about. So basically what happened is YouTube has decided to make some, very interesting policy changes towards how they accept people into the YouTube Partner Program. So basically what happened is YouTube decided it'd be a really good idea to screw over like pretty much half the platform. By half the platform, I don't mean people who aren't monetized yet. I mean people who monetize. Probably like half the people who are monetized, especially on shorts, will not be making money anymore. And you see, this is very annoying to me. If you look at my channel, I primarily do short form content, and obviously it's annoying, and I just want to talk about it because the way YouTube is treating creators as a whole is going to kill so many channels and so many like fandoms. It's terrible. Basically what the change is I'm going to be talking most about YouTube Shorts, the changes for YouTube Shorts, because that's what I'm mostly noticing, or what I'm mostly guessing the adverse effects will be. Beginning February 1st, 2027, so we still have a couple months. Only people who have 10 million qualified shorts views in the last 90 days will be eligible for ads. So what that means is they're not going to kick you out of the partner program, but YouTube will be checking constantly if in the previous 90 days you have at least 10 million engaged views, which is actually 20 million views, and you need to maintain that forever in perpetuity unless you don't want to earn money. It's just, oh my god, it's so bad. It's so bad because this is genuinely, for a lot of people, completely unsustainable. For me even historically, I post every day, if not multiple times a day. I do not meet those requirements. Now, imagine someone who, say, exclusively does animation on their channel and wants to post animations. Well, first of all, they're going to need to initially meet the requirements to get monetized, which is either 8,000 watch hours now, which is double before, or 20 million engaged shorts views in 90 days. That is 40 million views you need to get the initial monetization, which nobody can do that. That is not possible unless you are legitimately like a top creator in the world. That is physically impossible for most types of content. It's genuinely so bad. I can actually look at my YouTube studio and I can tell you the analytics. So I post like 3 times a day pretty much this entire month. I've gotten 4.9 million total views, but that's not engaged views. That's just total views. So in terms of like acceptable views, only 2.4 million, and I've posted like 3 times a day the entire month. 2.4 million acceptable views, and now let's look at the last 90 days. So last 90 days, I've still been uploading daily. I only have about half the amount that you need. If it's not possible for me when I'm able to upload multiple times a day, imagine someone who's like a smaller animator who needs to get that initial bump game monetized first of all, which is basically impossible, but then they need to be able to post pretty much daily shorts in order to maintain their monetization, or else if they just drop below it once, oh, they post a new animation, doesn't earn a single cent. And it's genuinely gonna kill animation on YouTube because it's like, oh, why don't you just post the long form? Content that's mostly gonna be affected is probably people who make like animation memes, for example, or use copyrighted music in their animations. There's a reason YouTube Shorts has been taken over by so many animators, or so many animators use YouTube Shorts. It's because it is the only viable way on YouTube to post animation memes and still make money from it. Long forms, it's like 50-50. First of all, they'll get any views because sometimes, but also, even if they get views, right, 90% of the time the music is completely copyrighted and you won't earn a single cent from your video. This is genuinely quite possibly going to kill off a lot of different animators. And I mean, I've looked at a couple different channels that I think are really, really good. There are genuinely going to be channels with millions of subscribers that are no longer earning from shorts because they cannot post enough to maintain the monetization. And that is quite possibly one of the most deranged things I've ever heard. And it is quite frankly not okay that there are so many talented people who simply because they put so much effort into the videos, they can't earn money from it. And the most annoying thing to me is that I've heard people say, and even YouTube say, oh, this is to combat the AI slop on the platform, right? Dude, what they don't, I don't understand this because AI slop channels can just post as much as they want and they'll reach the requirements. This is just making it harder for actual people to earn money. This is only going to make it harder for people to earn money and easier for AI to take over the entire market because AI will be infinitely easier to grow on because you can post so much, and then they'll take over the market from the people who have quit. It's like YouTube is actively trying to kill their platform. It's not even just animation, right? Because I talk about more indie fandom stuff. Most people who talk about fandom stuff on YouTube Shorts will no longer be making money. I've talked to a couple of my friends. I don't know if they want to name drop. If they're okay with me name dropping them, they do really well, but they're still potentially not going to be earning any money from their videos, even though they are gaining like 10,000 subscribers a month. So that is quite frankly absurd. And I don't think it's okay. YouTube is just deciding, you know what? We're going to be greedy and we're going to take all your money unless you get 10 million views or more. And if you drop below that, we're not paying you. Dude, it's so bad. And dude, what a lot of people don't understand is what YouTube is saying, they're intentionally wording it vaguely. What they're going to do is they're not going to like count it even when you're not monetized, just not pay you out. No, they're only paying you for the days where in the last 90 days you had over 10 million views. So if you get below it, all the days you're below it, you're not earning at all, and it's not counting towards you. Even if you get back above it, it only starts counting the money again once you hit that 10 million views again, and it only counts it while you're at that. It is genuinely the worst system I have ever heard of, and it is going to destroy the YouTube shorts and like general like animation culture on YouTube. It is going to destroy a lot of fandom related channels, and it is honestly a huge issue in my opinion. So yeah, thank you for watching, and bye bye, I guess. I don't know.